What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys have probably noticed, I haven't put out any content lately. Been doing a lot of working. I actually had a bum knee for a while, and I'm really not good at putting out content. Was gonna lift this Nissan Xterra for a customer today. Was gonna make that video that I put out. Haven't really put one out in a while, and then this thing decided to give me some content. As you guys know, this is my 05 Duramax. It's my daily driver in my work truck. Made a parts run to get some tools and stuff to do this job, and when I got back, pulled it in the garage, shut the door, went to start it to back it up farther because I need to pull the Xterra farther back to get the hoist set correctly, and hadn't had a single problem. Got it to start it, hit the key, and ring. And if you've ever heard that noise before, you know it's not fucking good. Starter's not engaging, crawled under there, and it looks like the starter actually broke off. No clue why that happened or how that happened. I've never had it happen on any of my vehicles or my customers' vehicles, but we're gonna get the inner fender out over here. We'll take out the passenger side inner fender. You go through there to the starter, and we'll pull the exhaust loose, pull it back, and I'll show you guys what happened and how we're gonna fix it. But first, I'm going to get the batteries unhooked. Takes a 8mm. I use a ratchet wrench. You can use, they actually make battery tools, but this works perfect, and I already have it. I do actually have a battery tool, and I don't like it because it doesn't have as many teeth as the ratchet wrench. Unhook that one. Don't forget, when you're working on a diesel, you have two batteries. Unhook one, touch some wires, still gonna get shocked. All right, both batteries are unhooked. Now, to take the inner fender out, we have these push style connectors, and you can use like a screwdriver and pull that center piece out. But if you buy, there's these special pliers that are made specifically for these. And what you do is you come in, it just pulls, you pull the center out, pull the outside out. I'll go ahead and do that for all these, and we'll get the inner fender out, and then we'll see what we find. Alright guys, so if you look in here, and if you look and see right, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you guys. There, you can kind of see. Right there, if you look right by that bolt, the starter actually broke right there, and the starter popped out. I did take the bottom bolt out. It looks like the bottom bolt stripped out, so I don't know if it's my fault, if I over tightened it, or what happened. It felt like it went in good when I put this back together, but it's hard saying. I've screwed up before. It's very possible I screwed up again, but what I'll have to do is I will go ahead and pull these off, pull the wires off. That gets the starter free. What you have to do on these is I'll loosen this exhaust clamp, and I'll put a ratchet strap on this exhaust pipe and pull it back, and that'll give me plenty of room here to shove the starter out down through the hole in the frame. So we'll get that going. And the smaller of the two nuts is an 8mm. Now if you're taking this out and you're going to be reusing it, you want to be really careful because these will break off if they're corroded on, just like that. This starter's now junk because the ear sheared off, so I don't really care. If I was trying to save it, what I would have done is use vice grips to hold that while twisting the nut. That way I knew I didn't break it off. But like I said, the starter's junk now, so there's no point in saving it. I'm not gonna take extra time to save something that's getting scrapped anyway. It will actually go back as a core. I am going to use a starter that I have here but it's for my other truck. So what I'll do is I'll save this junk one. You have to have a core charge. I'm actually gonna get a 13mm ratcheting wrench for that to be a little easier. But you have to have a core charge or a core starter when you buy a new one. So what I'll do is I'll just turn this broken one in when I go to buy a new one for that truck. If it ever becomes a truck again. We've actually got people betting I won't get it back together in 2020. So if you want to motivate me, tell me I can't do something. A lot of people have said I can't have it done. So you can bet your ass it's gonna get done. That second big nut, 13mm. The wires come down a little bit and block it for a deep socket, so it's kind of easier to use a ratcheting wrench on that one. You can see right there. So now I've got the wires free. So the starter doesn't have anything holding it in. I will have to take that bolt out that holds what used to be a starter in there. Hopefully when I get the starter out, it doesn't look like there's any damage to the teeth on the flywheel. I don't know if maybe my flywheel is still moving. I tried to start it. I have no clue. I don't remember the truck still rolling. It was parked, but I've never seen one snap off like that. Like I said, at this point, I'm not really going to spend too much time trying to figure it out because it is what it is. Now this clamp right here, what I'll do is that should be an 11mm, I believe. Yep. And these, the V-band clamp holds the downpipe to the rest of the exhaust. You can take this off with power if you want to. A lot of times I do, but my power tool is all the way over there, and this really doesn't take that much. So now a lot of times once you have this loose, what you'll have to do is put a pry bar or a screwdriver in here and pop it off. I'll show you that here in a second. And what you do is if you loosen enough, you can pop that back. It just comes and pulls through. So pop it out like that. Now sometimes you can get the clamp to work free. That one's not going to. So all you gotta do is grab a little pry bar, screwdriver work the same. And you just get in here and basically you just pop that loose. That'll allow that V-band to work free. And why this is called a V-band, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. It looks like a V. The exhaust has two flanges that look kind of like that. They meet together, and the V-band goes over them and holds them. If you look here, the downpipe has like a flare, and the rest of the exhaust has like a seat. It sits up against it. The clamp holds it together. Now what I'll do is I will get under there, throw a ratchet strap on it, and I'll hook it to the back of the truck. And what that'll do is allow me to suck that exhaust back just far enough to give me clearance to get the starter out down through the bottom. You can't get it out this way. It has to go down, and with a big aftermarket exhaust, it's even more of a pain in the ass. Factory exhaust, you still got to kind of suck it back a little bit, but aftermarket, not a big deal. Once you throw a ratchet strap on it, suck it back, easy, be good to go. So ratchet straps come in super handy in the shop. So all I'm gonna do is you find somewhere on the exhaust to hook the first part, which you can't really see, but I'll get a light and kind of give you guys a view. I'm hooking it on the exhaust mount. Then I find the other end.
I'm gonna do is hook it back here to a shock hoop, pull it tight. All it takes is just a few ratchets. What that does is shifts the whole exhaust back, and then we'll go up there and you'll see that it gives me just enough room. Slide forward here. I'll grab my light. The good news is that after tapping the hole, I did get my bolt to grab threads. So once I cleaned up the threads, I will be able to get enough torque on that to hold the new starter in. So I don't have to resize it. The bad news is I found my other starter off of the parts truck, and if you see right there, that's where that stud's supposed to be, that the little wire mounts to. So I'm fucked with this one too. So I have two starters that are useless. This one I can put a new solenoid on, but I doubt I'll be able to find a solenoid anywhere here. That one is junk unless I TIG this ear back on. The starter itself still works, so I could have this TIGged on. I don't think I will. I'll just buy another one. But now I'm gonna go inside, wash my hands because I'm pretty filthy, and I'm gonna get on a laptop and figure out if anyone around me has a starter in stock. The place I normally buy my parts here in town is closed. They close at 3, but their sister store in Galesburg is open pretty late, so we're gonna get online. Just probably show you guys that part and see if we can't get one, because this thing needs to move like now. Looks like they do have a starter.
Receipt showing your purchase.
I like to put Loctite on these bolts so they don't come loose and cause problems like this.